All right, guys, it's Casey here. Shout out to my teammate, Team in LA. We got Adan Salas, third place here at the Portland Regionals. What did you play?
P.U.N.K Gold Pride.
Nice, nice. And do you have any shout outs before we start?
Team Jobber, my sponsors, NextLevelAnime. If you guys want any nice anime merch, use promo code RPA and check out their website. The link in the description.
Sounds good.
And then all my shout outs, one of my closest friends, Annabelle Adrasi, another really close friend, Mike Garcia, were the ones that built the deck the most. My boy Rick, he always lends me expensive cards and he's always along for the ride, acting like he doesn't know current Yu-Gi-Oh.
There we go.
And then my boy Kyle, of course, and then all of first or last that was here.
Shout out to Ish's Top Not Counting.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ish's Top Not Counting.
Yeah, unfortunate. Sorry. Sorry, Ish, you'll get them next time. All right, let's see what this is.
3 Z almonds. What you always want to start with, it's you pay life, and that's what you want to do in this deck. Gets you Z almond, also one of the best extenders, a bunch of loops that you can do, bake a lot of stuff out. 1 ogre, we want more Z almonds or any other options for the small guys. 1 deer note. It's still a brick, but we only wanted to play 1 because we didn't feel like we needed any more of it. I'm glad it was at 1. I saw it like 2 or 3 times today. It was fine. I just don't want more of it.
Did just quick question? Did this ever like mess up your engine if it got banished like off Kashtira? I don't know if you played against any Kashtira.
Gold Pride's able to like pick up the slack where the P.U.N.K doesn't.
Okay.
So that's kind of how it felt like. P.U.N.K's able to pick up the slack. Gold Pride's able to pick up the slack. It's whatever one's in my hand.
Sounds good.
The fusion guy, field spell guy, trap guy, and then something that we get off of the Jam Dragon, the P.U.N.K Jam Dragon. It's just like a little pseudo extender. It's a 1-card combo that we can potentially do if we're really afraid of hand traps or getting hand trapped to death. It's also a nice extender when you just have a level 3 Gold Pride. More Z almonds, and then the other guys come up sometimes. Just one of him. Way too many ways to search it. Too many ways to get into it. 1 trap is free. And in the Gold Pride, we play 3 Leon. Great extender. Summons from the graveyard. Lets you set up the end board. 2 carry. Again, it's the extender. We were at 1, and now we wanted it as an extender more than anything else. So we bumped it up to 2.
Well, it's like, yeah, we wanted 7 targets total.
Yeah.
Because when you run 6, you risk the trap being dead a lot.
Yeah.
When you combo.
So that was another thing. We wanted at least 7 extender. It was nice. 1 fusion roller baller.
This is the new guy, right?
Yeah, it's the new guy that helped with the deck. He gives you more layers of interaction on your opponent's turn. This is the anti-Kashtira card. As soon as I know you're playing against Kashtira, he is priority number 1 because it gives him a token. And because you're able to pop and do everything else versus Kashtira, they can never clear the token and you just snowball the game from there. Yeah. We only played 2 of the 10 keys. We felt like it was just too redundant in everything we were doing. We only needed the 2. So Reborn quick play, it comes up, especially if you open this because it gives you another piece of interaction. Trap, it's insanely good. Gets a pop, summons any of the guys. It's nice.
Did you ever run into an issue with the quick play where they got to summon something good because it allows them to summon something as well?
The fact that it negates their effect didn't really matter. It's like, yeah, they can have another guy, but because of the way the extra deck is built, we don't care about it because we get to take it.
One of the plays too in draw phase, you'll use the quick play, it'll put the monster in a zone, then you summon the nitro puts the token right next to it, and so if you want to clear both cards, it's like taking a card out of their hand as well.
Yeah.
If they choose to summon it.
Oh, so you summon it, give them a token, then you get to wipe both?
Yeah, but most time Cash doesn't summon anything at all, they just say okay and then take the token, but they forget it can't get linked away, so they can't Donner it away.
You can't link with the token?
You can't link with the token.
Okay.
That was all of the engine. We were able to play 13 on engine, I think it was, whatever this is. We played 41 cards also. We played 3 Ash. We were so back and forth of cutting this last night because we only wanted it specifically for branded. I'm glad we kept it in. It came up in a lot of situations. Also, it being a level 3 sometimes just works. 3 draw and lock. We wanted to respect Samurai, and then a lot of stuff is searching. So every time I resolved it versus Samurai, I played against 3 of them. It usually was game over. Ogre, not. This card, again, versus Samurai was great. Also, we can search it if we already have redundancy in our hand. It basically is the nail in the coffin versus a lot of matchups. 3 triple tactics. This deck does not, there's no restriction of drawing. So if they hand trap you and you don't have the extenders in hand, you can draw 2 to get the extenders because there's so many. Or if you already have them, you just look at their hand, rip it, and then set up your board, and they usually can't win.
It makes it super easy to win through like mid X or
it makes it
draw X. Or
You also just get to take their monsters and use it to synchro.
Yeah, it's a great,
too.
like, it's weird because I hate this card always going first since it's been out, but now that we're playing a deck like this where there's no restriction on it, it felt fantastic all day. And then, again, we're respecting Samurai. This is also for Kashtira, Dark Ruler no more. The extra deck makes it to where we can tear apart every single board. So us saying you don't get to do anything and then tear apart their board, set up our board, they usually can never win. And that happened a lot. I Dark Ruler, teared up the entire board, and then set up my board. We did switch off a Thrust last second because we really rather just have the Dark Ruler than the Thrust because we wanted Dark Ruler going
Yeah,
second.
it was never worth the risk of Thrust not working under Droll and them not
Right.
having a board. And Talons was just the card we wanted every time.
They also put too many Omni Negates up, so it'll be dead against the Omni Negates.
Right. Especially because you have to wait, so they get to negate arguably your best card, and then the talents has to try to come in after.
So for the extra deck, it's Psychic End Punisher. Shout out to Slumpy. He came in clutch because I didn't have a lot of cards for this deck coming into the day. I don't know this guy's name. He's the level 11. He bounces a bunch of stuff because of all the level 3 psychics you have in the graveyard, and he's also a reborn. Answer to Dragite. So we were back and forth with this for like last week. We actually didn't have it last night until we talked about the branded matchup. There's a way where we can do this with Hope Harbinger to basically say they can never get a spell.
It also has weird synergy because your carries a water also.
The water and the fusion. There's actually just randomly where you get waters in the graveyard and it's live to negate fusions. Jammer is always a part of the combo. He's really strong.
We had to run 2 8s because of cash.
Yeah, we had to run at least 2 8s because of cash.
You have to be able to synchro 8 to play.
Level 6 Gold Pride, he gets the pop on your opponent's turn if your life points are lower. He also tags out for Leon, so that gives you the OTK potential after you full combo and interact with them. The fusion, gives you the 1-card combo. If you have an extender, you get a pivot to other lines. This card's insanely good. Pinballer is the fusion for the Gold Pride stuff. He's the one that's usually the last layer of interaction. And he gets to take your opponent's monsters equal to the cards that you use to fusion with him. So
He's non-targeting.
he's
Removal
non-targeting.
can't be negated.
Yeah, he's really strong. Of course, the Zeus, we do play a lot of ranks. So again, shout out to Slumpy. He hooked it up with the
This guy's on fire, man.
and straight shout out to Adam because he's the one that was all day about this. He plays it in cube. That's how we figured out how good it was. Get your googly on.
Googly eyes.
Yeah, it's something. When you get drolled, you're able to end on him with the Hope Harbinger. So when you get your Zeom and drolled, so we're at least at minimum able to always end on with a negate, and it doesn't really stop us. He's untargetable, and then this basically redirects the attack to Hope Harbinger. So it was good enough. It came up once, and it was great. Also, we get to OTK with that guy. I think it was carry plus this was how much?
12,000.
It was 12,000. So as long 4,000 or less, we get the carry out. We bring this out and attack for game. I did that at least 3 times today. Carry, another reason why the deck's so good because it adds the tanky.
It's literally wind up like carrier, right?
Yeah, and it dumps, which the dump's a big deal because that's how you reborn the fusion. And then we played 1 Gold Pride Nitro Blaster, whatever his name is. I didn't want to play him originally, but today I think I summoned him almost every match, so I have a completely different opinion. Versus Kashtira, you get to always get the Nitro out, and that was like when I played one of the Kashtiras. I just went that pop, brought out Nitro, gave him a token, and the game was over.
One of the last things that mattered and why we wanted Harbinger so much was like because all the gold fights are quick effects in main phase, it's easy for them to just like threaten to enter battle and force you to activate and then continue playing, but this makes it so they can't attack them.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, here's a side deck. 3DD Crow. It just comes in versus a lot of stuff. It covered a lot of the spread. It was fantastic today.
So what's the reasoning between this versus like Bell or even Bestials?
I'll let Adam talk about that one.
So like the Bestials don't cover super heavy the way you need it to, and DD Crow hitting the quick play spells versus early was like that was the most important thing, was catching Delicious out of the grave. That can set him back multiple turns. Like it's going to turn off the Lily that turn, but it can also turn off multiple followers.
Two Nibiru's. Every time I saw it versus the matchups I wanted it against, I won. Really good because if the Samurai has to respect all the hand traps that potentially can be sided, so they have to pivot a lot, and the Nibiru just kind of catches them out of nowhere.
How about the prop bet with this and the Emancipator?
Oh, I
No!
about that.
So that didn't happen, but I against Brandon, I sided in the Nibiru like an idiot. But he also sided in Tikaboo because he didn't know the deck very well. So he trapped my Nib on my field, and I couldn't get into any of the extra because the Emancipator's a rock, the other guy's a psychic, and I was like, this is nuts that I'm getting cornered like by the Nibiru.
We had a prop bet saying because we play the Emancipator that if we actually excavate it to bounce something. So, hey, it didn't happen.
I never tried. I forgot.
I forgot about it.
I also don't think.
Yeah. 2 Cosmic Cyclones. It's good.
You pay life.
Yeah, you pay life. Dark Ruler no more. We wanted more stuff to board break. Evenlies, we weren't sure how good they were. Still not. that's about it.
Like, there's only 2 of us because the math was like we wanted 3 Dark Ruler plus 2, so we wanted 5 total board break kind of cards.
All right, it doesn't matter what it is past Dark Ruler. It just
Yeah,
needs
it's
to
like
be
Dark Ruler
something.
plus 2 worse Dark Ruler cards.
I use
go-
it against Rogue and Cash. That's pretty much how I use it. And every time I hit it, it got solved.
Barriers, I don't think I cited it in today.
Really?
Well, you want it for branded. Like, these, I think, are specifically more for branded than anything else.
There was a lot of branded floating around in the top tables for sure.
More branded cards.
It's also good cash, yeah,
It's
right?
good.
Cash.
Super heavy.
And there's a lot of decks it's really good against, but you know, it's a great card. We don't play that heavy of a spell lineup, especially when we're citing out our Dark Rulers. Sometimes our tactics, depending on the matchup. Last thing about the main deck, this guy was the one that was yelling at us to keep Ash in. So, and it actually won me the last round. So,
Yeah. Ash is always a card. Even at its worst, it's still good enough to put in your deck half the time.
Prosperity, Ash, pass.
yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Thank you so much, man. I hope